Mabuhay everyone, MARKCHES here. Welcome to the channel, and for today's video, I'll be giving you my performance review of the Why Not 0.6. Let's go. So guys, this is the first colorway that released here in the Philippines, and it comes in this very bright orange. What's the name of this one? It's bright crimson. So it's really bright. They call it the bright crimson. And actually, for me, in terms of aesthetics and the colors, I really like how loud it is. It's very Russell Westbrook. And to get that out of the way, I know we have our different tastes, but for me, the aesthetics of the Why Not 0.6 is one of the factors that made me bought and test this out again, because the 0.5 I didn't test it because it kind of looks like the 0.4 and the tech wasn't too impressive. But with this one, even if the tech was kind of the same, I actually convinced myself to buy this because of the aesthetics, and I'm really liking the aesthetics of this one, the design language of this one. This zipper really is one thing that I like, because I really like the Why Not 0.1, the one with the shroud and without the laces. I'm into those types of design, and it looks very futuristic. It's in my alley, so I know not all of us will agree, but that's okay. So we have our own personal taste, right? So in terms of performance, are these worth copying? So let's start off first with the upper of the 0.6, which I also discussed in my initial review of this one. But after trying them in and testing them out, I was really impressed with the support that the 0.6 was giving me, and I thought it will be a little flimsy, but what's really nice about the 0.6 is the straps that's inside really locks your foot down to the footbed and really hugs your foot tightly. So these laces go through these straps, these green straps here. So it goes from this part until the forefoot part, really near your toes, which really is a recipe for a good lockdown support in a basketball sneaker. And it felt amazing. I mean, I felt really responsive wearing the 0.6 because of how nicely it hugs my foot. And that's one of the highlights that I like about the 0.6. And of course, the shroud is another thing to consider, because not all of us would like this because they will feel hot. But with this one, as you can see, it's really thin, and even the underlining fabric is like a jersey mesh. So ventilation is actually not a problem with this one, and actually I think it's one of the well ventilated basketball sneaker that is out now in the market. And even on the medial side, you can see this foamy part, and they are not too thick too, and it's like foam back mesh with some stitching to add a little bit more durability and support to the material. And speaking of durability, at the toe area, there's this leather here for durability and for toe drags. And of course, even on the lateral part, you can see this felt material. So this is actually a very Russell Westbrook sneaker. They use different kinds of materials all throughout the sneaker, but one thing is in common is they really help out in the durability of the sneaker, and of course in the support of the sneaker. And going to the back part of the 0.6, so this green part is an underlining layer, which is part of your heel containment lockdown. So your padding is thick enough, so heel containment lockdown is really good on this one too. There's a pull tab at the heel. It's very easy to put your foot in on this one. There's also a pull tab on the thong. The thong is padded enough for comfort, and you don't feel any discomfort whatsoever. It comes with just an ordinary insole, and the laces are kind of normal too. But what's nice about this is it contains your foot really well. Like I've said, the fit in the forefoot was really nice because of how nicely it hugs your foot. So heel containment lockdown was really nice on the Westbrooks. It's kind of impressive, even though I didn't try the 0.5. The 0.4 was also really good. So in terms of performance with this one, I have nothing but good to say about the fit, support, and durability of the upper of the 0.6. Now, moving on to the cushion part of the 0.6 is one thing that I thought the 0.5 has a double layer zoom in the forefoot, which was present in the 0.4. And a lot of you corrected me on that. Thank you. And you just said that it has the same, just one forefoot zoom. The 0.6 has a one forefoot zoom similar to the 0.5. So they really didn't change the tech on this anymore. I don't know if Jordan Brand is lacking interest on the why not line, the Westbrook line anymore. I think they are. They're just finishing up the deal with Russell Westbrook. That's kind of unfortunate. So I just wish that they kind of improve on the tech on this one and not just retain the ones that they had on the 0.5s, but we can do anything about that. And the carrier foam, I think, is just ordinary Phylon, which is not bad, even though this is just Phylon material. And of course, the ride of the Why Not 0.6 is very low to the ground. It is very responsive. The highlights are it's very stable because you're low to the ground. You could feel the forefoot zoom in the forefoot, but it's not that big either. It's just like the similar to the newer Zoom bags that we see. It's not the rectangular ones, but this is one's bigger. But I think it's thicker compared to the usual thinner Zoom bags because this one's really low to the ground. And it feels bouncy in the forefoot, especially given that this is a very low profile sneaker. And I would say for those who like responsiveness, very nice court feel, and with the bounce in the forefoot and a good impact protection, a decent impact protection on the heel for a very low profile sneaker, I would say the performance on the Why Not 0.6 is quite good. It's just that I wish that they innovated or tested or experimented on the cushion on this one, but sad to say they didn't. But it's sad to say that they didn't, but of course we'll just take that. Another highlight of the Why Not is their heel cup is really huge on the back. It runs up to here, so it has a huge internal TPU plate that hugs your heel and ankle to give you a good stability and good heel containment to the Why Not 0.6. Now let's move on to the traction of the Why Not 0.6. On the green part, there's herringbone, and on the outer side are like dots. You can see it. So the rubber compound, this is a PF version. So the rubber is pretty hard, and was quite impressed with the traction on this one too. It was gripping even though I was playing in some dusty courts. It was still gripping, but you need to wipe it, and you can see some debris there. Let's remove that while we're at it. So the traction was really nice. It was gripping, squeaking okay. It's not too loud, but the grip was really nice on the Why Not 0.6 after breaking them in. It has semi-decoupled also because it has some traction here on the lateral part of the midfoot. So it's kind of hollow here around the medial part with this stability plate, which is also for torsional support too. And the heel to toe transition on the 0.6, like other Westbrook sneaker, like other Why Not sneaker, is very nice. It has a very nice curve to the forefoot and heel. It's a rounded heel for heel strike. So overall, it's really made for running, for someone who likes to run up and down the floor a lot. You would enjoy the Why Not 0.6. And like I said, the traction is very dependable too. So I would say they're pretty good, but for outdoor use, I wouldn't recommend it because I think even though this is PF or for the EP or XDR rubber, but these knobs can easily rip when, of course, if you're playing on a rough cement floor like what we have here in the Philippines. So wouldn't recommend that, especially the cushion is also very thin. You don't have that much cushion, so it's gonna be really hard on your knees if you're playing with this on a cement floor. But if you're young, you wouldn't mind it. So for the price of the Why Not 0.6, it's I think 7,000 pesos if I'm not mistaken. So it's not cheap. It's on the mid-tier level. So would you buy this? Actually, for someone that likes court feel, a good responsive sneaker and a very nice fitting basketball sneaker, you will like the performance of the Y0.6, and especially if you want to stand out in the crowd and it doesn't look like your other basketball sneakers, especially this colorway. I would recommend the Y0.6 and just don't associate it with Westbrook. I know a lot of people have been kind of hating on him, but still is a good player, still an MVP, but I still admire his heart a lot. Hopefully, if you're a fan of him, support him still. And this is a pretty decent basketball performance sneaker, in my opinion. So if you can get a pair of this, if you have the budget, go or even wait on them on sale, because I think they will eventually be on sale because of how fast the transitions of basketball sneakers are right now. For the weight of this is 10.5. So for sizing, I would recommend go half a size down if you are a regular footer, and for wide footers, go true to your size because it kind of runs a little bit long, similar to other Jordan sneakers like the Jordan 37s. They run a bit long, so half size down if you're a regular footer. And for the weight of a 10.5, it's 420 grams, so it's on the lighter side of things. So they're pretty light, very nimble basketball sneaker, very form-fitting basketball sneaker, good fit around your foot, very easy to adjust, and overall a very good design in my opinion. So let me know what your thoughts are on the Y0 0.6. Are you rocking them? Have you played with them? Let me know what it feels. Do you agree with me, or are you planning to cop a pair? So this has been MARKCHES once again. Thank you for dropping by this channel. I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.